So yesterday there was this show that was about making more free-range foods for Tesco's, although it didn't say it was Tesco on the adverts, but you know, that's the whole thing. He's trying to make more free-range foods for Tesco's, so basically it's a giant Tesco advert. One thing he goes is like, look at all this fat content in Tesco meatballs, and there was that much meat, that much fat. Now, I've bought Tesco value mince, and they don't have that quantity of... He's just bullshitted because he picked it all apart first, so I reckon he's picked out all the fat and ignored all the meat just to make that quantity, you know. Anyone could do that, because it didn't show him actually putting it into the thing, did it? It just showed him pouring it out. Anyone can fake bullshit like that, because you're not getting that much meat to that much fat. Not at all. Not even in the value. This wasn't the value stuff. I mean, in the value stuff you're getting about that much fat to that much meat. But, you know, it's still a fair amount of fat, but it's completely different. I just wanted to go, look, how isn't veal so much better than meat? And whatever. And it's like, veal, oh, there's a big stigma over all this veal. No one will buy veal because of all stigma behind it. And it's like, no, nobody cares. You know, really, if it's cheap meat, people will buy it, because look at the crap people buy. People buy NRM hot dogs that are chicken instead of meat, beef, and you know, all this other shit. People don't care. They just want the cheaper food. You know, if it's cheaper, fine. And then later it's revealed, no, it isn't actually cheaper. It's £5 a kilo, whereas beef is £3.50 a kilo, so it's actually more expensive. So, you know, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. And yeah, I'm skipping ahead. Right, foods based on what the supermarket offers. People have no stigma over cheap food. Jimmy's Food Farm versus Britain's unhealthy food. Yeah, right, when Jimmy's Food Farm was on, he was always doing his scientific things, and like half of the stuff he actually did was like, oh look, how aren't all this supermarket foods great? And then Britain's unhealthy foods on BBC Three, which is another BBC channel, and this was actually doing similar tests, and they were going, oh look how shit all this food is, and, you know, and he was trying to make out how great it is. So I think Jimmy's just a puppet of the supermarkets rather than some actual tester, because the other guy, he actually tested all the crap food and showed the crappy food and made a difference. But no, I can't remember his name. Something. Farmers are responsible for no veal because they want to raise higher value products. That's true, because you know, the one farmer said, oh, it's only breaking even selling at £5 a kilo. That's why, because people aren't going to pay a lot more for veal than all the meats available, so they're going to go for the cheaper meats, and the farmers aren't going to be happy with that because they have to make a profit. So that would make veal, what, £10–15 a kilo? I don't know, if not more, although it showed it was £27 a kilo. So yeah, those farmers just aren't going to waste land growing that when they can get better returns on other products, are they? I'm sure this rain is getting really, really loud for you because I live in a roof. Yeah, I'm getting kicked out of the roof, aren't I? Great. So much fun. My flat is in the roof, I get baked to death in the rain. Yeah. Beside the point. Yeah, they're not going to raise this veal just to break even or make a loss, you know, because they can raise beef cattle or other things, sell it cheaper and get a profit and be happy. And then there goes all this bullshit trying to fill the products with crap to make it cheaper. It's like, oh, it's still 91% veal, but you're getting this much beef, you're getting this much veal, with this much veal missing with my filling. It's still 91% veal, because that's how much is in the meat content, but really the filling is 50–60%, so now you're not really doing any savings, you know, you're just disguising the fact that it's more expensive. You know, it's like your chocolate bar. People want to buy your chocolate bar. That's what your chocolate bar was. It's now this size, but it's the same price, so you're saving. No, if you put them side by side, I would happily pay more for the more expensive to keep it the same size rather than you shrinking it to the size of a pea and charging me 20 quid for it eventually. Because the packaging costs more than the product, so if you kept your packaging the same rather than having to redesign it, resize it, use more of it for less products, blah blah blah, making it more expensive, just add the few pence rather than saving, you know, keeping it the same price and costing us about 10-30p more per kilo for a chocolate bar or something by shrinking it. No, not good. Just add a few extra pence on to keep it the same size. We like it the same size. We don't want to have to eat 3 of them. Although I don't eat 3 of them, but you know, it's just like packets of crisps. They used to be 50 grams. Now they're 25 grams in a multi-pack. Nowadays you have to eat 2 of them to get what you were getting before. Raise the prices. Be honest about it. Don't be sneaky bullships. No one wants sneaky bullships. It's like, yeah. Enough about that. I've talked about that a lot. Still not keeping the Tesco cares. Yeah, they're so caring. They're trying to rebrand that they're the caring company and all this shit. Like, for example, like all the bus stuff that I'm doing for bus agents, Tesco stuff, like Tesco naturally powered, but secretly hiding it's not Tesco, and Tesco cookie mixes and Tesco home bakes and all that crap. Yeah, it's like Tesco are on this campaign to try and make out that they're so great, and Tesco TV, because it's basically a show. The whole show is just Tesco veal TV, nothing more. It's like, oh look, I'm getting onto that in a bit. Nobody wants stuffed meatballs, yes, nobody does want that. They actually point out in the show that I wrote that down before it came on. It's like, if you're buying meatballs, you want just the meatball. You don't want it stuffed with something else. You can have that yourself if you want, but really, you're just adding it to a sauce and pasta or something. You don't want cheesy stuff and other stuff that will interfere with the flavour inside it. It's like, you know, you're more focused on trying to sneakily save money rather than actually thinking what people would buy. So, you know, but he's a farmer rather than a food designer. But no, yeah, that's another thing. He should stick to farming. I mean, if he's a farmer, no, but I reckon his farm was probably doing so poorly that he decided to make his TV career and make his farm out to be extra special. It's just to try and actually sell stuff. There's a massive sub story, yeah, even the sub story music came on, like when he was shooting the veal. It was like the entire show was just a sub story to go, look, buy the veal, save these animals from dying, you know. It's a Tesco marketing ploy, but we're going to disguise it. Tesco are going to start selling this, but they'll only do it because we're telling them these animals will die, and we know you'll go buy it because we're saying, look, you're saving these animals' lives, pay whatever you can to stop these animals dying. You know, animals die all the time. I don't know if the meat's edible when they're little calves, perhaps they could harvest when they're calves, but the farmers aren't going to grow them unless they're making a profit significantly more than any other animal, so it's just not going to happen all over the land, and Tesco are unlikely to do it unless it's taken up by a lot of places. So, you know, it's only going to happen if they make all this sob story to get people to go, oh look, we should buy veal rather than anything else, and then they'll probably make all of the meat more expensive and screw over basic consumers who can't afford everything else. It's like Tesco value mints went up and doubled in price, which should stop me buying it now because, you know, it's like £3 a kilo now, so it's just not worth it when I can go buy Iceland pack of frozen chickens for £3 and that's 2 kilos, so, you know, cost focused. Or I can go down the market and buy a kilo of bacon for £1. That's £1 a kilo, but this motivation to go up the city centre, so yeah, lacking. Calves, yeah, the sub story came 45 minutes in, so it's like this big massive build up. It was like, oh, let's pretend we're doing all this meatball stuff, but no, we're not really going to do that, we're just going to do a sub story for calves. And then The whole premise was free range foods. Yes, I talked about that. There wasn't anything to do with free range foods because it was the veal show. And next week, sausages made from veal. That's what it said in the preview. It's like talking about veal again. So what is every week? It's, let's talk about this food. I can't actually do anything with it because it feels too expensive compared to everything else. So yes, I'm just going to say veal. Veal, veal. Eat my veal. I've bought these veal calves to sell you veal. Veal. Save these animals. Veal, veal. Save these animals. Isn't it sad? Stupid idiot. Really? I mean, come on. Maybe there are people that will fall for that because, you know, people do. But I'm not one of them, and I'm just thinking, you know, just be more honest. Don't be sneaky sob story shit. Make a proper programme if you're going to, but no, it's like Britain, free range needs foods, free range. Yeah, you're just selling veal, you're not selling free range. You even said they already had free range beef, and you're trying to change a free range beef meatball into veal. That's not about making it free range, that's about turning it into veal. You deceitful shit.